guys, it's me, your girl Glenny. So for today's vlog, I will make a video and I will share to you what are the traits that I like as a Filipino and the toxic traits or the negative traits of Filipino that I hate the most. So of course, let's start with the positive traits. But first, let's define first what is traits. So traits is a characteristics that defines a person, or this is the quality of a person. So impressions last, diba? My favorite traits as a Filipino is that Filipinos or Asian people always respect the elders. They respect their opinions. We address them as who they are in our lives. So for example, or for instance, we address our older siblings or older brothers as ate or kuya, while the Western countries, they only call their older sisters or older siblings in their first name. In other Asian countries like China, they call their ate as achi. As I am saying, in some countries in Asia, like Japan and China, we can see that they value the most their elders. They respect their elders, their opinions, their decisions. They follow most of them, especially in the culture of Chinese. And we can see that they bow or they use the surname of the older person to address respect to them. As I am saying, the people in Luzon, some part of Visayas and Mindanao, we hear them using the word or phrases po and opo when they are speaking to those older than them. It is also taught to us in a young age inside the four corners of our house and also in the four corners of our room or in the school, because at a young age, it is being nourished or nurtured to us by the older people that surrounds us in order for us to practice and bring the traits of having respect to the elders. Our respect to the elders doesn't only show in the words of po and opo. It also can be seen in our practices it could also be seen in our practices or actions. For instance, when we get home or when we are going outside of our house, we practice making mano or beso to our nanay or tatay, our grandparents, and our older relatives, because it shows respect and also care for them. In other countries like Japan, when they see or pass through older people than them, they bow as a sign of respect. Having respect to the elders is one of the traits of the Filipinos that I love the most, because it depicts how our culture value our elders. We value our ancestors and the teachings that they nurtured us for a long time. But so I am done sharing what is the favorite traits of Filipino people that I love the most or I really like the most. And now let's proceed to the negative traits of the Filipinos, that what I think is toxic or I really hate the most. And that is having a crab mentality. So when we say crab mentality, it is kind of thinking or attitude or traits of the Filipino that they don't want to see some people or the people close to them having more achievements or being more successful than them. When they see people that is being successful than them, they're making issues or humors just to pull them down, or they're making things or actions that could affect that person and pull them down. They will make everything just to pull down that person. And that is the toxic traits that I don't like the most, because it is connected to having pride or having a high pride. And it is sad to accept the reality that in reality, we can see that some of our relatives having that kind of crab mentality, where when they see that you are making a step forward, they're doing things just for you to step back and go back to the mud where you came from. And instead of pushing you to get that goal, they're making barriers just for you not to pass that kind of problem. And for me, that is the traits or values or attitudes of Filipino that I think is toxic. Instead of supporting each other, they're pulling you down just for them to look more successful than you. So that's all. And the moral lesson is whatever, for disclaimer only, it is not applicable to all Filipino people. It can only be seen in some people of the Filipinos. And I can say that it is not only in the mentality of Filipino. We can also see that kind of mentality in some other culture or some other countries. So for me, let's support each other because we are all Filipinos. Respect our differences and let's be united in this despite of diversity.